A good old reading vlog. I ended up getting 3 books. That was a very uncomfy book. Hello my lovelies, welcome back. My name is Viry for those of you who are new here. Welcome to another reading vlog. As you all saw in the title, I'm very excited because it is October. I do just want to do a good old reading vlog. This is not a challenge. I'm not going to be timing myself to be reading a certain amount of hours. This is just going to be all vibes, all mood. And the vibes right now are spooky. I do know exactly what I want to be reading for this reading vlog. It might change if I need something different in between the books. Let me show you all the books that we have lined up for this reading vlog. So these right here are the 3 books that I would like to get through in this specific reading vlog. The first one is my in-person book club book, and that's Carmilla by Sheridan Le Fanu. It's supposed to be the first original vampire story, so I'm very excited. This is according to this, dark sapphic romance that inspired Dracula. The next one is The Only One Left by Riley Sager. This is supposed to be a thriller. I know very little about this book. I really want to read something from this author. I heard they have really good thrillers. And now the last book I have in my repertoire of TBR for this vlog, that was a weird way of saying it, is The Bewitching by Silvia Moreno-Garcia. I think it's going to be similar to Mexican Gothic. So long story short, these are our 3 books. I think we're going to start off with this one. Once I have a chance to read, we'll go ahead and sit down, pick up the camera, and get started. I got myself a little treat today. Grab a drink, get cozy, and let's get started with this video. We're doing something that I haven't done in a really long time in my channel. I'm going to be sewing some clothes. I have a skirt right here that I am going to alter because it fits me too big. I don't want to buy a new skirt that looks exactly the same as this because this is the perfect skirt to take to the Sleep Token concert in 2 days. I'm going to panic sew this skirt. I just have to cinch it a little. I'm going to take a little bit in from the back with 2 darts instead. Hopefully that'll work. In the meantime, the reason why I'm bringing you all along, I want to listen to the audiobook while I sew. The Only One Left, it's a thriller. Our main character, Kit, is a caregiver who is assigned to take care of Lenora, who was believed to have murdered her parents and sister. Kit, of course, feels uncomfortable at the beginning because she, just like everyone else, believed that Lenora was the murderer until she starts to uncover the mystery of these murders. It's brekkie time. We made ourselves some protein pumpkin pancakes with some eggs and turkey bacon. Y'all, oh my god. I woke up early. I did not record this. I woke up early to read more of this book because I had a dream about it and I really needed to know how it ends. And I have maybe like 50 to 100 pages to go, so we're going to finish it this morning. I have 30 minutes to read. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it. I might be a little bit late to work, just a little bit, just a tiny bit, but I really do want to finish it. So much happened. So much happened. I don't know how to talk about this book without spoiling anything, so let's just start reading. We finished the book. This was such a good book. This is a 5-star. I know I just finished it, I know, but I've mentioned this in my previous vlogs where it's a 5-star when I have a gut feeling. And for thrillers to be 5 stars for me must be special. I feel like this definitely fits the Halloween theme if you're going for like a gothic horror. The house itself is very atmospheric. There's creepy stuff happening. There's like paranormal elements to it. There's a little bit of horror elements without it actually being scary. It's a thriller without it being super traumatizing like a lot of thrillers are, and it took me on a ride. I was here every moment of this book. I started annotating again with this book specifically. I don't know if you could see. For me personally, when it comes to thrillers, the reason why I have such a hard time finding a good thriller is because thrillers have to have more than just a mystery element with it. For me to be fully entertained, a lot of the times it's the writing style. Other times it might be just a really big plot twist that I genuinely did not see coming. In this case, I definitely feel it was the writing style. It kept me engaged the whole time, and I literally had a dream about this book. I wanted to know what happened next. I do think while there were some stuff that I was able to predict because again, patterns and whatnot, there were other things that did actually take me by surprise. It was a very enjoyable book. If you're looking for a thriller that's not too heavy but has still a little bit of a spooky feel, this is a good book for this season. It was a 5. I'm so excited that this vlog started off so well. We're going to pick another book. We're finally getting cloudy weather. I think the next book that we're going to read is Carmilla by Sheridan Le Fanu. I don't think I'm going to start it today because first of all, I have a concert I'm going to tonight. Because of that, I won't really have time to read. Also, I want to savor the feeling of finishing the last book that I did because it was just so good. I was still thinking about it. We're going to pick this up when I sit down to read again, which is probably not going to be until tomorrow. Recording with my phone right now, and I don't have a lot of time. I passed by Target because it was on the way and I needed some hair products, and I'm just like, I just need some hair products, that's all I'm going for. They had buy 2 get 1 free at the books, and I already bought my books. I try to avoid going to Target as much as possible. I really am, but every time they have that sale, I take advantage of buying books that I've been wanting to buy, and I just never do because I prioritize other books. I ended up getting 3 books. I got the Into Darkness series, so I got Lights Out, which I read when it first came out and I wanted to reread, and now that like I know it's a dark rom-com and not a dark romance, I feel like I will enjoy it a lot more. And I got the second book, which is Caught Up. I have not read that one. And then I got Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. This is the second book. I think there's just 2 books. This one comes after Phantasma, and Phantasma was such a gothic vibe. There were some things where I was just kind of like, but I've heard that the second book is so much better, so I did want to give it a chance. I just, again, didn't prioritize it, and I ended up getting these 3. Now, back to my regularly scheduled program. Okay, I don't know if you can tell, but it's so dark and gloomy today. We went and took my dog on a really long walk. We got caught in the rain. It was so much fun, but it's so gloomy and dark. All I want is to get some wine, grab my book, and read a little bit before I have to cook. So I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to finish Carmilla today and then maybe start another book. However, I might deviate from our TBR for this video, but I'm feeling something spicy or cozy. I'm feeling something digestible and easy. So I'm thinking of going towards a Kindle pick. I need a little palate cleanser before jumping onto another possible historical paranormal fiction. I think that's going to be the plan for now. So let's go ahead and open a wine. I have the pumpkin spice wine, which I've been drinking, but I'm feeling a red wine right now because of the weather. So let's grab that instead. Carmilla is a story about 2 girls. One of them, Laura, who is taking a walk with her father when a carriage comes out of nowhere, tumbles over, and there are two women in there, an older woman and then a younger lady. The older woman is in a rush to get to point B. Her daughter, who took a hit while the carriage stumbled over, needs a moment to rest, so Laura and her father end up taking in the young lady, Carmilla. Carmilla ends up becoming Laura's companion. So I finished reading Carmilla and I thought I would give some of my thoughts while making cinnamon buns because it's a cozy night. I want some cinnamon buns. Okay, so I'm not making them from scratch. I have 5 minutes while the oven preheats. Carmilla, I feel like definitely fits the Halloween vibe if that's what you're going for. If you want like a dark gothic book, the way this story is told, it's essentially someone telling you the story. It's telling you this happened and that happened and this happened and that happened. It's not as descriptive as I thought it would be. I feel like one of the notes that I did see, and it might be because I already had a bias going in, you could see how they're trying to warn women of female companions because this is supposed to be like a sapphic novel. There's just moments where Laura is kind of just like,
I have these feelings and they're wrong.
That can kind of not be the best impression. Putting that aside, I feel like it was a very interesting story. I like the idea of how the vampires originated, which they tell you at the very end. And I really just did like seeing Laura trying to navigate and then learn about Carmilla. One of my favorite quotes on here was Carmilla telling Laura, "You must come with me, loving me to death or else hate me and still come with me, and hating me through death and after. There's no such word as indifference in my apathetic nature." That was one of my favorite quotes, among other ones. Yeah, I would have loved to see it developed more, but obviously, again, thinking of when this was written, that's not what we're going to get. It was definitely an interesting book. I think overall rating it, I would give it maybe a 4 out of 5. There were a lot of very interesting quotes. It was a very interesting take to vampires. I enjoyed myself. I think the timer's about to go off any second now. So we're gonna put this aside and start making our cinnamon buns. There it is. We're gonna get these cinnamon buns in order. So like I said, Carmilla left me feeling like I wanted a little bit more of something, and it might have been because it was such a short story that I just still want to keep reading. So I'm gonna pick up Forbidden Game by Madison Fox. I'm going to go ahead and read it on my Kindle. Then we'll pick up The Bewitching after I'm done reading that book. Forbidden Game is the second book in the System series. The story follows Parker and Sydney. Parker is one of the masked gamers in the System. He is the blue masked guy. Sydney is actually the publicist of the System. Technically, in her contract, she is not allowed to date any of the guys, and she had already some history with Parker before she started working with them. This has just been a game of push and pull between them for 5 years until finally those feelings started to bubble up more, and it was just hard for them to stay away from each other. Okay guys, trust me, I know. We're back in this corner. This is where I live. This is where my dog and I like to cuddle and read. I am in a super cozy sweater. I got my sockies on. It is pouring outside. It's been raining all weekend, and I'm reading on my Kindle, so it does not matter how dark it gets in this house because I have my Kindle right now. Can I ask for a better time? So we're gonna keep reading. I finished my wine. Actually, let's get more wine. Right now, I'm drinking the pumpkin spice Chardonnay that I got at Trader Joe's. Finished it. I guess I'm making it part of this vlog, but I got an espresso machine. It came in today. This is not really book related, and this is not sponsored either. I just wanted to show off that I got an espresso machine. But I feel a little bit bummed right now. I was on social media for too long, so I'm not that excited as I was when I ordered it. I'm very excited to try it out tomorrow though, but let's open it, I guess. Okay, let's see that upside down or right side up. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, it's upside down. Whoops. Yay! Look at that! I'm so excited to try it out tomorrow. I'm gonna make some really bad espresso tomorrow because I don't know how to use this yet. So don't judge me too hard. Moment of truth. Obviously this is not gonna look pretty. It's my first one that I made, or technically this is the second one. I made an iced one for my boyfriend, but I made a hot one for myself. Let's see. It's pretty dang good if I say so myself. I'm 90% done with the book. I have 36 minutes left. We're just gonna continue reading, finish this because I really want to pick up the Bewitching. Okay, we have finished Forbidden Game by Madison Fox. That was fun. I feel like it was definitely what I was looking for, a little palate cleanser. Overall, Parker has more of a like bubbly personality. He's the rich boy. He comes from money. He has a really strong family and family relations. Cindy has some traumas that she's working through. She's a workaholic and is always concerned about what the guys are doing because they are always getting themselves into a mess. It was a cute palate cleanser. It was definitely what I was looking for. It was spicy. It wasn't as spicy as the first book in my opinion, but it definitely was still a spicy book. I feel like if you like billionaire romances, this might be up your alley, and this one specifically, since Parker does come from money, he is very lavish with his things and he's not afraid to express it. There's a bit of like a forbidden relationship, hence the name Forbidden Game, because she's technically not allowed to date any of the guys. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. It was a good story. It was cute. It was fun. I feel like my favorite thing was seeing how much of Alex and Stevie we got to see, which is the couple from the first book, because Alex and Parker are so close. Their personalities are kind of similar, which if I remember correctly, Alex was not super golden retriever. He was more of the broody, I don't care guy, which he still is in this story, but he was a lot more goofy and silly. It was just interesting seeing Alex from Parker's and Sydney's perspective. I really do like the kind of found family aspect of the guys. It's really fun. It's really playful. I think overall rating, I'm going to give it a 3.5. I think the characters were fun. I think it was all still very surface level. It was a cute romance. It was exactly what I needed. So a 3.5, a solid good book. I liked it. I enjoyed myself. And as for spice, I think I'm going to say 2.5 to 3 spice level. It wasn't as spicy as the first book, but it definitely had a few more spicy scenes. That's it for this book. So this story follows 3 different timelines. The first one in 1908, set in Mexico, we are following Alba, who feels like she has been bewitched. The 1934 timeline is set in Massachusetts, and we are following Beatrice, who is telling the story of a person close to her that disappeared. In the present timeline, which is 1998, and it's set in Massachusetts, we are following Minerva, who is an international student and Alba's granddaughter. She is completing her thesis on Beatrice's work and is soon discovering very eerie similarities between Beatrice's story and Alba's experience. I went to the gym. I had less time to read. I am in page 102. So I'm not really that deep into the book. I think there might be like 300 pages in, so maybe like a third through the book. It's been really interesting so far. I'm liking it. I like the idea of having 3 different stories in one story. Obviously, at some point they all connect. My favorite storyline so far is going to be the 1934 one because of the way it's being told. The 1908 one kind of weirds me out because of the uncle. The uncle's really weird. I can see how like the great-grandmother Alba has like a schoolgirl crush on her uncle, uncle. It's weird. I know for the times that might have been a little bit more normal, but I still find it really weird and not okay. But I also feel like the uncle is being very manipulative of the situation, knowing that Alba might have like a schoolgirl crush on him. I genuinely don't know where this story is going, and I'm loving that. So we're gonna read for a little bit more. As I've mentioned, I have been feeling a little bit not the best, so I haven't been picking up my camera, but I have been reading. We are halfway through The Bewitching. I am loving this book. It is nothing like I thought it would be. I thought we were gonna have practical magic vibes. It's horror. It's not scary in my opinion. It might be scary for other people. I never really found horror books to be actually terrifying. It's horror. Like the witches in this story are
I'm going to eat your heart. I am killing you. I am going to literally eat you.
and I love that. I'm enjoying that. But anyway, that's besides the point. I'm gonna go ahead and do my usual cleaning that I do, and I'm going to listen to the audiobook because I can't put this book down right now. I really want to know what's gonna happen next. Let's go ahead and start the chapter. I just said that horror stories don't usually scare me, and this is not scaring me. There's moments of just like suspense, but listening to it is so different from reading it, and I don't know if it's just the voice actors, but I'm just like,
Oh.
we are maybe like 100 pages away from finishing this book, and I want to finish it right now. It's gloomy today. It looks like it's about to rain. I'm going to put on some witchy lo-fi music and get some reading done because I really want to know what happened. I finished the book, and while I expected some things, I did not expect other things. I'm going to take a moment to collect my thoughts because that was like a different kind of horror. That was a very uncomfy book, especially towards the end, and I'm trying to figure out how to put that into words. I'll pick up my camera to give my final thoughts probably tomorrow. So it's been a few days, and I think I can finally discuss The Bewitching by Sylvia Moreno-Garcia. Y'all, when I say the way this ended, oh my god. Even still thinking about it, I'm just like, do I really want to give it this rating? But I think I figured it out. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. This was going to be a 4.5 out of 5 because I just really enjoyed the book throughout the whole thing, except there were some really significant parts that I'll just tell you from the beginning because I don't want to put you through something like this. But there is a relationship that is kind of revealed from like the second chapter. Alba, whose storyline is in 1908, has a crush basically on her uncle, her blood uncle. Like, this is not a step uncle situation. This is not a Credence situation. This is the youngest brother of her mom. I was already feeling extremely uncomfortable throughout that whole storyline because of her feelings towards this guy, but it was very much like schoolgirl crush until things kind of got a little bit not schoolgirl crush. And the ending of that storyline is what did bring the rating down because it made me really uncomfortable and I just didn't know how to talk about it. I understand the situation and I understand why picking a family member is impacting. I think I just did not want the details, and that's that. Because of that, it made the experience a lot more horrifying and uncomfortable, and I don't know if that was the goal of that specific relationship. I could have done without it. Honestly, it could have been really good if it was like a family friend or something like that, but I also understand the gravity of it being literally family. Don't like it, but it happened, and because of what happened, I'm just like, holy shit. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't usually cuss on camera. That aside, this book took me on a trip because there are 3 different storylines, so they all connect somehow, and I love the way that they do connect because again, it just kind of shows like cross-cultural what things look like and how people perceive different monsters and stuff like that. The witches in the story is not your typical, like, again, practical magic, like, you know, cutesy white witch kind of stuff, right? No, this is like vampire level, like I will eat your blood kind of stuff, so they could get more power from their blood, but also they just like it. Definitely a lot more horror elements. So yeah, this is going to be a 4 out of 5. Could have been a lot higher, but I cannot. Even now, I feel like I could bring it down to a 3.5, but I genuinely like the rest of the story. I liked all of the other timelines. It was good, but I will not lie. There was a part that was not good and I don't like it. 4 out of 5. Definitely witchy vibes, definitely creepy vibes for October, but I would look into what I just talked about because this might not be something that everyone wants to read. But anyway, I think that's it. That's it for this video. I, once again, don't know how long I've been recording, so we're gonna end it here. We did read 4 books in this vlog. We were only going to read 3, but we ended up reading 4. And I got 3 of them here. One of them was on my Kindle. So we read The Only One Left by Riley Sager. And then we also read Carmilla by Sheridan Le Fanu. We read Forbidden Game by Madison Fox. And then we also read The Bewitching by Silvia Moreno-Garcia. Very spooky kind of vlog. I loved reading all of these books. I do feel like I need a break. I think it's time to pick up something else. But I think that's it for now. I hope you all like this video. Thank you all for coming along with me on another reading vlog. Let me know down in the comments below, what kind of books do you like to read during this season? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so and you would like to, please subscribe. I usually make book content, but now and then I make some lifestyle vlogs. But thank you all so much for watching. Have a beautiful day and happy reading. Bye!